Hey, welcome everybody out there. We're out here at the INDY Airstrip Attack. Of course, brought to you by the Indiana Corn Marketing Council and Unleaded 88. A couple quick announcements as we're doing racing right out here in beautiful Marion, Indiana right now. We got the Unleaded 88. Really appreciate their partnership. They're a clean burning, high octane, 15% ethanol blend that is engine smart and earth kind. Find Unleaded 88 near you at unl88.com. Of course, we're brought to you by a lot of our syndication partners. Here's a list. I'm going to go down 1320 Video, That Racing Channel, CarBuzz, Street FX, Revolution.com, Shift Sector, and of course, JeffreyJHart.com. We got live racing going on right now. I'm going to get to that here in just a second. Looks like right now, you probably just saw Tom, that 09 GTR, 1,300 horsepower, just breezed by the traps at 192.55. There's a GoPro mounted on that car. Pretty excited to see what that looks like. We got Wesley Matthews. He just did a 147.06 in that S8. Now up next, we got Nick Lapp in that Z51 Corvette. David Schroeder in his 97 Corvette, 500 horsepower up against 623. You're watching it live now. Sure, Wesley with that Audi S8. I'm just waiting for the mile an hour to show up here. Nick Lapp with a 146.44. That's what you saw there. It looks like we got a bike right there. Robert Barnes, GSX R 1000, 185 horsepower. Let's listen to it eat. Wow, beautiful views out here at the INDY Airstrip Attack, brought to you by Unleaded 88. Waiting for Robert's mile an hour. That'll be coming up here in a second. 185.95 miles an hour for that GSX-R. Up next, an interesting race. We got Julian Bassler in that Nissan Nismo up against Eric Klein in that Fiesta ST. Nismo, of course, it's kind of the hot rod version of the GTR. 450 horsepower in the Nismo. Fiesta with 380, no slouch there. Who's it going to be? Who's it going to be? Looks like can't hardly even see the Fiesta in the background there. Looks like it's going to be the Nismo taking him to Gapplebee's. He's still going strong, though. Almost to the finish line. There he is. All right, Julian Bassler in that Nismo GTR, 144.18 miles an hour. We're still waiting for Eric Klein's 122.08 right there. Of course, we got Unleaded 88 in this beautiful M5 driven by Tyler McGinnity. This is one of the Unleaded 88 cars, one of our title sponsors. Don't forget, they're a clean-burning, high-octane, lower-cost fuel choice for virtually every vehicle on the road today, including this BMW. I see two BMWs there. Find Unleaded 88 near you at unl88.com. Slava in that M6. Looks like he's got an mabindy.com windshield banner. Lots of horsepower in that M6, 920 to be exact. Tyler in that Unleaded 88 car was 630. Definitely showed up on the mile an hour there, but boy, did it run clean on that Unleaded 88. Just saying. Tyler, 151.1 in that Unleaded 88 car, 164.5 for Slava in the M6. More beautiful cars coming up. Kevin Mounts in that Lexus LS 300, 500 horsepower in that one. Jacob Schroeder in that Camaro 1LE, 800 horsepower in that beast. How's it going to play out? You're going to find out right here. Lexus with the launch. Camaro's not going to have any part of it. Is he going to catch him? Served him the appetizer there. Ba-boom! Jacob, mile an hour. Report on my Lexus LS 300 mile an hour, 127.6. Jacob with a 133.6. We got a Dodge Neon. That's right, ladies and gentlemen, going up against the most beautiful 69 Camaro out there. Josh Kalis, 69 Camaro, which is not what I see on the starting line. That's what shows up on my screen here, but that's Christopher Engel in the Neon for sure. Looks like a little neon on neon crime from what I can tell, but I'm not 100% sure. There it is, Zachary. It is SRT4. That's just a fancy neon, 535 horsepower. It's 540, pretty close. Those fancy neons. Nothing red, blue there. All right, we're out here obviously at the Indy Airstrip attack brought to you by Indiana Corn Marketing Council, Leaded 88. Excited to be out here. It looks like a beautiful 50, what is it? That's a 56 Chevrolet. That thing's full beast mode. He shut her down a little early too. I think there's more in that car. 1,250 horsepower in that car. For the mile an hour to show up on my screen anyway. 157.7 right there for Tom. Beautiful 56.7. Rain Swan, 15 Mustang up with Zach Bourne, the CL1. Guess that answers the question, who's going to be faster today, the Mustang or the Camaro? Well, it's the Mustang today. Mile an hour coming up. 158.01 for Rain in that Mustang, and Zach with a 145.6 in that ZL1. Seth Moore, another Camaro SS up against Tracy. Pretty close. Good fun race there. 150.00 for the SS, 147.6 for Tracy in that 335 IS. Troy in that Viper, Dodd, and a Lamborghini Huracan. A little closer than I would have thought. Well, it was. Lambo for the win. 580 horsepower in that Lambo. Mile an hour on them. $151.2 for Todd and the Huracan. Troy with a 140.3. Up next we got Corey Combs, Mustang GT. Kevin Schmidt, that AMG Mercedes. That's right, we got an SUV going up against the Cookie Monster Blue Mustang. Launch mode engaged on the Cookie Monster Blue Mustang. Looks like it's going to be the Mustang with the toe strap today. Up, boom! Corey Combs for the mile an hour win there with a 145.1 to a 126.55 for the Mercedes SUV. Michael Stillwell, Z06, coming up with a best of 147.4. Brian, the Mustang. With a best of 149.5. Mile an hour going to show up on your screen there. Same time it shows up on mine. 146.5 for Michael, 137.1. Up next we got Josh Kalis in the house, that beautiful 69 Camaro. This car's been bad fast. What's it going to do this time around? Mile an hour coming up. Hard to believe that's literally a show car. that's being raced to the limit out here. Got a GoPro on the Indiana Corn Council car out here. This looks to be the Z06. Not out. Kalis ripped through the 187.9, by the way. Hope you like those views. Paul Fox in that Z06 and the GoPro. Scott Swanson in that CTS V 148.8. Corvette 135 for the CTS-V. Michael Stout 14 Mustang 14 Corvette 2,000 horsepower in this beast. Coming up. See, we got Jay Barry from, looks like maybe he's going to take a couple selfies at the starting line. Not sure what's going on out there. Appreciate all the syndication partners obviously out here today. We got 1320 Video, we got That Racing Channel, we got Car Buzz, we got Street FX, we got Revolution.com, of course we got Shift Sector, JeffreyJHart.com. Of course, big shout out 1320. They're on site shooting features all weekend out here. Pretty awesome. They're syndicating our live feed on Facebook and YouTube. There goes the Corvette. That parachute. Beast mode engaged. Michael Stout, I believe that's one of the Vengeance Racing cars, if I'm not mistaken. Sponsor of our event here. Looks like they're making some shakedown passes, and that's one heck of a shakedown pass, a 160.03. Exciting to see that go on. Haroon Anwar, ZR1 Corvette up against Matt Ober in his Viper. Beautiful cars out here in Indy. Don't forget, the American Lung Association supports the use of high-octane, low-carb biofuel as a clean air choice alternative to petroleum fuel because of biofuel's ability to lower emissions and combat climate change. Choice is easy. Choose biofuel. And when you do, look up Unleaded 88. You can find them. They're all over the place. Looks like we got the purple Hellcat from Car Buzz. They're one of our syndication partners today. Appreciate them being here. That's Briar Madden up against Nadum in his 335i. 780 horsepower in that 335i. That tells me neither one of those are stock. Love the plum crazy purple Hellcat. That's the Car Buzz Hellcat. Mile an hour coming up on both of them. 110.81. Must have shut her down. 114.6. Sounds like both of them shut it down a little early. Steve Crabtree, M6. Gregory in that Mustang GT, 410 horsepower up against 500. Lots of good activity happening at the start line. Live stream's catching it all. Of course, that looks like Chrissy, our grid girl out there, showing one of the youngsters how it's done. Boom. Family-friendly event out here at the Indy Airstrip Attack, brought to you by Indiana Corn Marketing Council and, of course, Unleaded 88. Unleaded 88 partners with Indiana, Kentucky, Kansas, Michigan, Illinois, Nebraska. Check them out where you can get this fuel, unl88.com. Steve Crabtree in that M6, 132.2. Gregory in the 127.05. Now we got Slava back in that M6. Been a best of 165.4 so far. Going up against Tyler in an M5. That's the Unleaded 88 car right there. Let them eat. 900 horsepower. Showing up strong here. Put some good gap right there. 164.8 on Slava's M6. Tyler with a 150.5. Wiley Salisbury GT500. Mike Mullinex in the Viper. Of course, our syndication partners here watching us live, hopefully at that racing channel, Street FX. Of course, we just saw the Car Buzz car go by. Revolution.com, Shift Sector, JeffreyJHart.com, and if you're unlucky enough, even on my personal Facebook page. Just throwing it out there. Well, let's see, Wiley with a 150.8, Mike with a 151.7, Spencer King in the Z06, been a best of 152.08. Ricky in that CTSV had been a best of 154. See a lot of CTSV too. It's always nice when you do. Lots of cameras and video out here at the Indy Airstrip Attack, brought to you by Unleaded 88. Got Vengeance Racing in the house. They're here to do big things. Mile an hour for these two, 156.03. Spencer with a 145.4 in that Z06. Waiting for a couple cars. You can see one of our grid girls out there. That's Chrissy. And for all the guys at home going, what is he doing? Well, it's okay. They are either engaged or soon to be. That's Kenta. Ha! Some would say one of the luckiest men alive. Just saying. One of our official photographers out there. Up there at the starting line, of course, everything's kind of ramping up. Somebody's wearing. Yep, we're gonna run some of these kids to drop the flag for fun. That is Travis and his family. Check out his T-shirt if you can hone in on that. That's right. It says, if he turns around, it says Applebee's. And there it is. Looks like it's going to be Glenn Graham up against the Challenger, and the Challenger up against Thomas Harris, that GTR. 1,600 horsepower in that GTR. There you go. Maybe now you can see the shirt. It says, Applebee's. Who's it going to be? Who's it going to take? I don't know. Looks like the kids are going to wait their chance there. Chrissy with the arm drop. I'm not sure. Maybe somebody needs to show Glenn or actually Thomas where the gas pedal is. Little late to the party there, but he's going. Gonna get him at the ends. You saw it play out there. Late start, but a great finish. Mile an hour coming up. 189.87 miles an hour for the GTR. 156.2 for the Challenger. Now we got a bike coming up. Always nice to see the bike guys out. It's Robert Barnes in that GSXR 1000. 185.9 best so far. Good start there. Got a couple Corvettes lining up behind him. Let's see what his mile an hour is going to be this time. Imagine going that fast on two wheels. I don't have that kind of courage, just saying. But Robert does, and he just went flying by at 148.76, so must have got out of it a little bit. John Moore, it's what you see right there, a couple Z06s. Listen to those cars take off. John Moore in that Z06, Narin in his Z06, that's the 17. Looked close at the start, but not at the way it ended. Hate to see him go, love to watch him leave. There you go, mile an hour. Still waiting for it here on my screen. And I'm still waiting for it. Meantime, I got a couple other cars lining up. I got Jax Toper, Camaro SS, Roy Brinkley and his Camaro SS. Didn't get the mile an hour on that last one. Sure why. My apologies, it's not showing up on my screen either way. Maybe got a little freeze frame action. There they are. John Moore, previous run, 164.9. 153 on the other one. Let's see here. In car, all right. on the Mustang, on the unleaded 88. There you go. What a view with a passenger. That's a lucky passenger right there. Chrissy's going to line him up against that little, appears to be a Fiat. In-car views courtesy, of course, of Revolution.com and Shift Sector. I'd say that's a big old gap. Those are not even bus lengths, those are semi lengths. It's a good time to be a passenger in the Mustang, that's for sure. He's like, go, 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 go! Arthur in that GT350 wheel with a 135 aids. What do we have next? We got a 69 Nova SS up against Eugene in a 335i. Nova wasting no time off the line before he does his crime. What's the mile an hour going to be? Beautiful blue Nova out here. So take that. Mile an hour, 139.6. 139.6 for the Nova SS, 151.2. Mark in his Mustang GT, that's what you see going there. Pretty good run there, mile an hour coming up. Well, you're enjoying everything at home here. Watching the Indy Airstrip attack, brought to you by Unleaded 88. 167.5 is what you just saw the Mustang GT go through the traps at. Larry Magnus, 19 Corvette. Tom in the Grand Sport Corvette. That's what you see on the line right there. Boom. Looks to me like the ZR1, the orange car, jumped. Not going to make much of a difference, not even at the very end. Now we know why Larry jumped. Tom Kilhofer in that 725 horsepower had a little extra in that one. That was some extra sauce. Hey, let's not forget the Indiana Corn Marketing Council. I'm telling you what, they serve Indiana corn farmers. That helps create demand and broad markets, opening opportunities down the road and across the globe for Indiana corn farmers. Appreciate all their support. Tom with that 155.82, Larry Magnus in that ZR1 that jumped. He went on the elbow drop, only did a 142.4. Right now you got David Sanders in that Charger, Patrick Kennedy in a 135, 800 horsepower in that beast. How are we looking at that Mercedes pulling up against Connor Kennedy in that BMW? Unleaded 88, self-cleaning, high-octane, 50% ethanol blend that's engine smart and earth kind. Find Unleaded 88 near you at unl88.com. Looks like we got more cars coming up to the starting line right now. Hugo, the Z06. Not sure he's up against. Looks like a Dodge of some type. Don't have it here on my screen just yet. Either way, they are off. Chrissy with the arm drop. Connor Kennedy with that 335 with a 144.6. Mike Wu with a 150.85. Hugo not wasting any time. That 16 Z06, 1200 horsepower. Mile an hour coming up, 168.4 to a 146.3. Up next, I got Robert Barnes in a GSX 1000R. He's just making lap after lap. Been a best of 185.9. Going on a solo pass. There he goes. You can fill up with a fuel that's great for your engine, great for the environment, and great for your wallet. Everybody loves that, right? Saving money, kind of a big thing. Unleaded 88 is engine smart, earth kind. Find Unleaded 88 near you at unl88.com. Robert Barnes going through the traps there at a 150.25, so he must have turned that beast down, I'm guessing. He did a 185.95 before. David Webster in the 17 Challenger coming up. Been a best of 149.2, 600 horsepower in this beast. Not sure what's in the other side over there, but it looks bad fast. Looks like an old Firebird, maybe. Old or not, it's getting it done. At least on the starting line. Oh, it looks like there's going to be a huge upset. New against old. Webster coming up right there for the mile-an-hour win. $147.9 right there for the Challenger. That was Mark Mendenhall in the Firebird with a 102.44. Wesley Matthews coming up. See him right there in that Audi S8. Nice looking car. Eric Klein, that Fiesta ST. Wesley Matthews right there in that S8, looking good. Big sedan towed that little Fiesta all the way down, 143.6. Eric Klein, he's almost to the finish line, 119.6, still did really good. Beautiful Corvette right there coming down the return lane. There's a couple more cars on the starting line. Chris Lazo, ZR1, David in that GTR. Here we go. Like a little delay there on David Perlman's GTR, 1,500 horsepower. Not sure what's going on there. But she went stop. Chris Lazo's having no part of that in that beautiful 1,440 horsepower ZR1. That thing is beast. Wow. First time out, don't have a best mile an hour, but so far that's the best. 171.3. GTR is moving under its own power. Not sure what happened there. I probably have to get to the bottom of that. Sounds like it's running okay. I take that back. Definitely got the pops and bangs tune. Not sure what's going on with that beast. Hopefully it's okay. 1,500 horsepower. It takes a lot to get down there, but I'm pretty confident it goes faster than 141.55 when everything's working right. Dan Trickle, 2010 Camaro. There he is. Like he had some traction-related issues. Beautiful blue Camaro out there with the big downforce wing and parachute. 161 even right there. Dan DeMarchis, ZL1, Jamie Mumpower, Camaro, 900 horsepower up against 590. Chrissy's going to get him started right here. There you go. What's not to like about better engine performance? Cleaner air and lower cost. I mean, really, get all three when you fill up with Unleaded 88. Visit UNL88.com. That's Unleaded 88. Engine smart, earth kind. Dan with a 145.3. Jamie with a 144.0. Arthur Richardson, a GT350 coming back. Unleaded 88 car. We were just talking about them. You want cleaner power, lower cost, better performance, check out UNL88.com. Going up against Wayne Portal in that GT350. There you go. That's how that played out. Looking good. Couple Mustangs out here. Beautiful Indiana at the Indy Airstrip attack. Watching us live, of course, at Street FX. Hopefully you're watching us live there. Maybe 1320 video. I don't know. Maybe that racing channel. How about Carbuzz? You watching us there? Big shout out there. Shift Sector. How about that? Revolution.com. We got it all out here. Right now you're watching Ricardo in that Z06. Brian Benson in his Corvette. Mile an hour coming up right now. 149.6 for Ricardo. 166.5 for Brian Benson. How exciting is that? We got a Trackhawk, been a best of 120.2. Wyatt and his Golf R, 370 horsepower. That's right, at Golf. Trackhawk said, I'm out. See ya. Trackhawk with that huge launch. 138.6 for the Audi. 122.5. Of course, now we got the Neons back. Got a Neon SRT up against another Neon. There it is. Zachary and Christopher. Little Neon, a Neon crime. Another shout out to my good friends and partners at That Racing Channel. If you're on there right now, make sure to give us a shout out back if you would. Appreciate all the support. Got Michael Lopez in a 911, Peter in his Audi TTRS. 138.7 for Christopher in his Neon. 122 or 123.3 for Zachary in his. There you go. Like it's the Audi for the takeoff launch. Porsche's no slouch coming up. Got a little ketchup and mustard going on. Ketchup's gonna catch the mustard right at the end. Appetizer has been served. 160.5 to 154.85. Pretty close race, but still, gotta like that. Velatus Audi S6. Thomas and his Challenger Hellcat. Not waiting around at all. That's not an S6, but that's what shows up on my screen. So my apologies to everybody at home. He probably has multiple cars and they're registered somehow. So that's what you're seeing on your screen there. 151.7 for Velatus, 144.1. Jody Workman, that Mustang GT. Not sure who's in the other lane. I don't see it. It says solo run, but I don't think it is, obviously. Hopefully you're watching all this unfold at home on one of our many partners that are live streaming us or carrying the live stream either way. Of course, we got Car Buzz. They're here. They got a car out, having a good time. There's Chrissy, one of our grid girls, lining up a Corvette and a Mustang. What could possibly go wrong here? Spinning, it's not winning. Both pretty fast cars, pretty equal. What's it going to be at the mile an hour at the end? My prediction is going to be the Corvette might have a higher mile an hour, but hard to say. We'll wait for it. 152 for the Mustang, 147 for the Corvette. Did look like he tapped the brakes there at the end. Probably just tapped or just destroyed that mile an hour. Chris Porter's in that 99 Corvette. Been a best of 146.7. James Walden, that beautiful Factory 5 Roadster, 112 has been his best. But how much fun is this? I mean, really, it's a good time. Looks like we're just doing a quick check, make sure everything's good. Either that or maybe Chrissy just wanted to touch the Factory 5's butt. I don't know. It's a good view right there, brought to you by JeffreyJhart.com and Revolution.com. Appreciate that. Of course, big shout out to 1320 Video. They're on site today shooting features all weekend long for you at home and here. They're syndicating our live feed on Facebook and YouTube. Check them out if you would. Also, while you're there, check out 1320video.com for all their merch. Oh yeah, Kyle and team have some of the best merch out there, so check it out. Tell them Jimmy sent you. Looks like the little Factory 5 Roadster holding its own, having a good time. Chris Porter's with a 145 for 108 for the Factory 5. There's something you don't see every day. well, must have 2 cars registered. I see a Dodge Super Bee, but that's not what's on my screen. Josh Spence in a CTSV wagon, though, hauling all the mail. That car's been here before. It's bad fast. He's going to bring the heat. There he goes. Remember what I was saying about the V-Wagon? Woo! Mile an hour coming up. What do you think about that for a wagon hauling all the groceries? 164.2, 129.6. I bet there's more in it than that. That wagon's fast. Bryce Clark Corvette, Serranos in a GT3, and that's not what I see. I gotta get these. They gotta get these right on my screen. Bryce Clark there in that 14 Corvette, though. Yeah, I would say that's definitely not only Gapplebee's, they also got served the Gappetizer. And those were not bus lengths, those are semi-lengths. Just saying. 133.3. We're waiting for the other cars. Mile an hour. He's almost through the finish line. He's still not there. We're waiting for it. 115. Look at this. We got an in-car camera in the purple Car Buzz Hellcat. Love that. Big thumbs up. That is Car Buzz, one of our syndication partners in the plum crazy purple Hellcat. Briar Madden driving that beast. Mike Mullenix in the Viper beside him. 144.7 to 151. Now we got that beautiful old school NSX. Love that car. Up against Matt Ober in the Viper. Hope you're enjoying all this live stream at home. We could not do this, of course, without Unleaded 88, and brought to you by the Indiana Corn Marketing Council. Stop, forget, high-octane renewable biofuel is a great way to protect the environment, lower tailpipe emissions without sacrificing engine performance. What do we have here? Well, it looks like our first Ferrari. That's what I'm seeing. Derek in that 360 Spider, Brighton in that Challenger. Good looking. One of the very few Ferraris show up to these events. I'm not sure why. They're always beautiful, sound amazing. Maybe it's because they always get beat by Mopars. I don't know. You be the judge there, but either way, looking good doing it. To me, I'd say that makes up for it. 125.6 for the Ferrari, 147.4 for the Challenger. Travis in that Corvette up against Jake in the Viper. Watch that Corvette. Of course, I say that, and he decided to wait about 10 minutes before he started. Something tells me he's going to slingshot right past, round the outside of that Viper. Atomic Orange for the win, mile an hour coming up there. 143 to 160.5. There's our Unleaded 88 Hellcat right there. Mark Bales, Kevin Schmidt, and that's beautiful Mercedes-Benz AMG CLS 63. Don't forget to check out. You can get Unleaded 88 at unl88.com. You can find out where to buy the most beautiful fuel that you can buy out here. Grown locally, the corn is anyway. Not the fuel. Fuel's produced, the corn's grown, just saying. 133.06 for the Unleaded 88 Challenger, 129.2 for the AMG. On your screen now, you got Ed Adams, Evora, Lotus, Tracy in that 335 IS. Taking him all the way down to the end, through the tow strap out, or the Lotus throughout the anchor. I'm not sure which. Either way, it's going to be a BMW for the win, mile an hour, 147.3, 123.86 for the Lotus. Marisol in that Range Rover Autobiography, 475 horsepower up against Tyler McGinnity in the BMW M5. I'm curious to see how this is going to go. Well, it's going to go different than what shows on my screen because that is definitely not The autobiography Land Rover. But he's racing against the unleaded 88 BMW. UNL88.com. That's where you find the fuel that's in that car right there. And it looks like that unleaded 88 ethanol is definitely the difference here, because it is taking that other car to the mat. Boom! We're still waiting for the other car to finish. That unleaded 88's no joke. Mile an hour, 150.7 for the unleaded 88, 150.71 right there. Welcome once again back to the Indy Airstrip Attack. Appreciate everybody being here, having a good time. Hopefully you're having a good time. Some beautiful cars racing out here in the sun. I mean, it couldn't be better. We got the Cookie Monster Blue Mustang right there. You see it on your screen. That's Corey Combs going against David in that CTS-V. Looks like he got way out of it there. I'm not sure what's going on with the V. 147.6 for Corey Combs in the Cookie Monster Blue. 73.89 miles an hour for the V. Not sure what happened. Julian Bassler back in that Nismo, but a best of 144.1. Going up against Rain Swam in that Mustang, but a best of 158.01. Nismo for the launch. Pretty close. I'm actually surprised. Mustang might be coming up on him. There's not enough room. I wouldn't even call that a gapitizer right there. Missed it by that much. 144.5 to 158.9. Got Kevin Tweedy coming back in this 97 Prelude. That's right, I said Prelude. You see him right there going up against a Corvette. If I was a Corvette, I'd be worried. Why? Well, wait for it. Prelude's got 800 horsepower. Corvette, 480. Maybe he's a late bloomer, I don't know, but last time out, been a best of 161. Here he comes, round the outside. Slingshot engaged. .167.3 for the Prelude, 145.2 for the Corvette. Dan Trickle coming up in the Camaro. John in that 911 Turbo. That's what you see right there. Starting to get a little side breezy. The registration's a little off on some of these. Just saying. Sorry about that. I announced what I see on my screen. That's obviously not a Camaro. That is a Corvette. Either way, 157.2 for the Corvette, 138.8 for John. Shorts in this Challenger Red Eye up against Dominic in the Corvette. Boom. Looks like we might have swapped brick girls. I believe that's Josephine. Good run for both of them there. 146.6 for the Challenger, 134.4. Now we got that Z06 that likes to launch ahead. Up against Stuart Libby in that S2000. I know it's not what's showing up on your screen, but that's what it is. Stuart's looking for a 200-mile-an-hour run in this car in the half. Just annihilated that ZR1. Go, Stuart, go. I'm rooting for him for sure. I'm hoping he gets that 200. Whoa, he's getting closer. 193.3 right there. That is Stuart Libby, by the way, in the Honda S2000. I know it says something different up there, but that's what it is. Stuart well on his way. Off the trailer was a 189.3. Second run, 193.3. He's getting there. Go, Stuart. Here we go. Mark in that Firebird. Good looking car, kind of an ode to the 80s and 90s. I like it. Robert Paxton in that Mustang. Love watching all these hot rods come out here at the Indy Airstrip Attack. Beautiful Marion, Indiana. Brought to you by Revolution.com and Shift Sector. 143.1 for Robert. 113 for... There's our unleaded 88 Hellcat. Nice start there up against that big Audi. What's it going to do? Wesley in that beautiful Audi S8. No slouch, been a best of 147 already. 143.1 to 131.2 for the unleaded 88 Hellcat Challenger. Dennis Morgan coming back to that Z06 with the best of 135.9. Beautiful blue, doing a solo pass all by himself. Of course, hopefully you're watching us somewhere on Revolution.com, maybe Shift Sector, possibly even Carbuzz. We got Carbuzz out here partying with us, having a good time. JeffreyJHart.com, That Racing Channel, Street FX, and of course, our good friends at 1320 Video. Check them all out if you're not already. Bounce around, have a good time. Last time we had over 2 million unique viewers, and if you're one of them, thank you. Unleaded 88s, BMWs out there right now. It's Tyler McGinnity in that BMW M5, Ricardo in that Z06. Not sure if he's going to do the sneaky around the outside program, but he might. Unleaded 88 fuels coming up. Got a lot closer, just a little Gappleby there, just this time around. I'll have the Mini. 148.7 to 150.6. See, there you go. Unleaded 88 with a higher mile an hour. We've got Tom Bretz coming back out in that beautiful. Look at that thing. That's full beast mode. Look at that car. 56 Chev. Oh, it was fast too. Been a best of 157.7. Wow, what do you guys think about that 56 Chev, huh? 183.75 miles an hour. I think he's turning it up. Got the beautiful Josephine out there, grid girling it up. Really like that camera angle, I'm just saying. All right, they're off. Colton Green in that 135i Ram Swan in the Mustang. Of course, we got Casey's. Fill her up with Unleaded 88 at your local Casey's. Grab a delicious slice of pizza and ice-cold beverage while you're there. Casey's is a proud supporter of all these biofuels and glad to be a local convenience store for the Indy Airstrip Attack. How cool is that? That's where I'm going to go and get my next drink. Frosty cold beverage, if you will. All right, Mustang Corvette. That's what we got right here. On the launch, Brian Geisman in the Corvette. Been a best of 143 to 149 in the Mustang. Of course, we got Dover Fueling Solution. They're a leading global provider in advanced custom-focused technologies, services, and solutions in the fuel and convenience retail industries. Appreciate all their support out here at the Indy Airstrip Attack. Brought to you by Unleaded 88. 147.2 to 140.98. There you see it at home. There's that Lexus up against beautiful 335i of Nadim's. Looks like they were ready to go. They were itching to go right there. Lexus LS300 has been a best of 127. 110 for Nadim in that 335i. Looks like he found the gas pedal that time. He rode that boat all the way down. Woo! Mile an hour, 133.4, no, 130, 143.54 to 132.47. That was a tongue twister. Got Robert Barnes, he's making hot lap after hot lap. GSXR 1000, 185 horsepower, bit of best of 185.9. He's just waiting for the go. See our good friend down there, 1320, capturing all this. Couldn't do all this without Revolution.com and Shift Sector, bringing you all these amazing views. Bike so fast, it's hard to catch on camera. Looks like a good, clean run for Robert in that GSXR. 185.4. There you go. That is close to his personal best. David Webster in that Challenger. Jody Workman in that Mustang. That's what's coming up next in the launch box. Beautiful cars. Josephine, our grid girl there, is going to give him the thumbs up and arm drop. Look close there for a minute. What's it going to do here at the end? Oh, upset. Boom, David Webster with the slingshot. Round the outside, mile an hour coming up. 144.4 to 131.3. Regina Graham, Charger SRT up against Joe Dietrich in that Z06. Z06 been a best of 147.4, 711 horsepower in that beast. Hope you're having a good time at home watching us here at the Indy Airstrip Attack, brought to you by the Indiana Corn Marketing Council and Unleaded 88. Let's not forget, Unleaded 88 is the clean-burning, high-octane, lower-cost fuel choice by virtually every vehicle on the road today. Find Unleaded 88 near you at unl88.com. Unleaded 88, engine smart, earth kind. Robert Barnes, GSXR 1000 up against Steven in that Charger. Not sure why it says 1970 Super B. I was hoping it was going to be a Super B, but it isn't. The bike's going to take him all the way down to the end by a long shot. Took him downtown and back around. At this point, we're still waiting for the Dodge to finish. Hard to go up against a bike like that. 150.7 right there for Robert Barnes, 128.9 for the Dodge. Sean Cooperjet, 911 Turbo coming up, 680 horsepower, Bryce Clark Corvette. There you go. Looking forward to seeing some of the Vengeance racing cars come out. $159.1 for Sean on that turbo. Bryce with a 129.8. Rami Swan, 15 Mustang, been a best of 159.9 up against Jacob. Camaro 1LE, been a best of 133. Sounds like we got a little traction issues out there. Rami is not wasting any time. Rami's been here in the past. He had a real fast SHO. Maybe it was his brother. Definitely in the family. Got some fast forwards for sure. 158.4 for the Mustang. 156.3 for the Camaro. Gregory in the Mustang GT. Steve Crabtree in the M6. Thank you, cameraman, for that view. I mean, really, who's with me, right? It's all about the grid girls, the way I see it. Hopefully at home you're catching all that. Looks like the Mustang might have let off for a second, not sure why. Hard to say. Maybe his foot slipped off the gas pedal. Not sure. 120.03 for the Mustang with a slippery pedal. 132.7 for Steve Crabtree. Joseph Price, Hayabusa, 300 horsepower in this beast. How he's going to hang on, I don't know, but here we go. That's not what's showing up on my screen. That's Joseph. Gotta love it when that happens. That is the Lotus Evora, Ved Adams. My apologies to everybody at home and in the stands. 300 horsepower on that beast, put a best of 124.07. Looks like this time around 124.07. Well, there you go. He just matched his best. That's pretty cool. That does not happen very often. Stephen Ulrich, ZL1 Camaro, 900 horsepower. That's that one right there. For sure. Oh, yes, thank you for that view at home. I say anybody at home watching on our live stream, who likes the shoes? Or do you even see the shoes? I'm just saying. I'll be here all day. So let's check out Stephen Ulrich in this ZL1 Camaro. Makes me wonder if he's running the unleaded 88. I'll find out later. Let you know. Woo! That thing sounds good. He is mad grandma shifting that thing too. Let's see what he did mile an hour this time around. 158.45. He was definitely grandma shifting that beast. Paul Fox coming up with the Z06, put a best of 148.8. We got the First Farmers Bank and Trust Corvette up against the Lamborghini Huracan. I believe I see an unleaded 88 sticker on that beast. All right, so we got Todd Durham in that Lamborghini Huracan, 150.2 to Paul Fox in that Z06, 154.5. Beautiful cars. Gonna get the track checked out. One of our competitors stopped in front of me and said there might be something out in the middle of the track. Wasn't sure. We're gonna get that checked out real quick. That's what you're gonna see unfold right now while we wait. So appreciate everybody being out here at the Indy Airstrip Attack, brought to you by Indiana Corn Marketing Council, and of course Unleaded 88. We're having a great time. Beautiful sunny day out here in Marion, Indiana. Love this event. Always do. Come out here every year, and my goodness, every year it just gets bigger and bigger and bigger. Hopefully at home you're watching and catching all the great views, brought to you by Revolution.com. Right now, of course, we just got possibly something out on the track. We're just checking it out. Nothing major. Probably a splitter or... we just picked something up. So there was something on the track. So good catch. Thank you to who stopped by and said that was the gentleman in the Lotus, I believe. Oh, well, I do have, yes. So you can check me out if you want on Instagram at MCJimmy. You can check me out there. I'm going to get the Grid Girls information for all you at home. I know you've been asking, so I'll make sure I get that as well. One of them is Chrissy for Cars. You can check her out there, one of our good girls. So hopefully you're having a good time. I'm having a great time. It's a big party, so thank you for inviting us into your living room or your workspace or wherever you're at today. Appreciate you being here. That's the main thing. So out here at the Indy Airstrip Attack, we're going to get back to the race right now. Here we go. That's Tracy in that 335 IS. Marisol in what appears to be a Jaguar, although it's registered under something different. So I'll get to the bottom of that for everybody at home. .121.4 for Marisol in that far lane there. 138.2 for Tracy in that 335 IS. Derek in that beautiful Ferrari 360 Spider. Bit of best of 125.6 up against Corey Combs in that Cookie Monster Blue Mustang. I remember how this played out last time. Yeah, now that I gave my Instagram handle, people are messaging me. That's pretty awesome. No, I'm not going to show my New Balance. Sorry, I'm wearing different shoes today. We'll let them pan out later. Derek in that beautiful Ferrari 360 Spider, 125.14. Corey Combs with a 147.1. Of course, Julian Bassler in this Nismo's coming up. You see it right there. Beautiful GTR. That's kind of the factory high-performance special vehicle operation version of a GTR right from the get-go. Beautiful cars if you haven't seen them. Not a lot of Nismos. Pretty good. Been a best of 144.5. Like I said, I can't tell you how many Nismos I've seen, and I see a lot of GTRs in my line of work. So, beautiful car. Michael Stout coming back in that Corvette with 2,000 horsepower. You see it right there on your screen. That's Vengeance Racing. Of course, hopefully you're catching all this unfold right there at 1320 video. Let's not forget our good friends at That Racing channel as well. Car Buzz is out here with one of their cars. There's one of our beautiful grid girls. That's Josephine. She's out getting everybody lined up. Apparently they're just going to go. With 2,000 horsepower, you can do that. I think this is the first event for this car. So I would imagine they're going to sneak up on it instead of just doing a Hail Mary pass. That looked like a good clean one right there. Mile an hour, 184.4. You can see the chutes, both of them pulled out. Drive through the chute, that's what I always say. So let's not forget all of our good partners. We have got Street FX. Love those guys, appreciate them carrying us. We got That Racing channel. Of course, Car Buzz is here hanging out. We got Kyle and the 1320 video gang. They're here as well. Revolution.com and Shift Sector. Don't forget my good friend JeffreyJHart.com. So appreciate everybody being here. We're coming up next. Looks like we got Ryan Cooperjet. He's been a best of 203 going up against that Grand Sport. Been a best of 155.8. Not sure if he got a slow launch, but I know that car's bad fast. Let's see what it'll do. It sounds like it's on the boil. That's Ryan and that 911 mile an hour coming up. 204.08. What do you think about that? 153.01 in the other lane in the Grand Sport. 204.08 miles an hour in a Porsche. Woo! Robert Barnes coming back in that GSXR 1000. Been a best of 185.9. He's been out there quite a bit. Looks like that was Helena right there from the Indiana Corn Marketing Council. Maybe she's going to arm drop a car or two. Appreciate all her involvement. Meanwhile, Robert Barnes flying through the traps. I don't know how he carries around his stuff, but it must be in a wheelbarrow because that's pretty fast. 150.65 that time around. Now we got Serranis GT3 Thomas and that Challenger Hellcat. Unleaded 88. There's the Indy Corn Marketing Council representative, Helena, right there. Starting line. Serranis and that beautiful Porsche GT3. Thomas Challenger Hellcat 2020. Pretty close race, actually. You guys like your Mopar products down here, and they are bad fast for sure. Mile an hour, 141.6 for the Porsche, 144.5. There you go. Now we got Josh Kalis, one of the most beautiful 69 Camaros. That's a show car out here racing. Pretty crazy. Stunning car by Josh Kalis and his team that they put together. Josh Kalis designed this car, and his team out there in Detroit put it together. A lot of horsepower in this car. Let's see what he's going to do. hour. Looks like he got out of it a little bit at the end. 161.8, definitely got out of it. I know they have a tuner here, so they're going through changes in that car. So excited to see how that's going to turn out for them. Ben Stoner coming up 19, GT350 800R twin turbo. It's a lot to say. Woo! 800 horsepower on that beast. Corbin Johnson, GT500. What's it going to be? What's it going to be? I could be wrong, but I think Indiana Corn Marketing Council, Helena, could probably be one of the grid girls. She wanted to be. Pretty close race right here. Well, it was. Looks like it got way, way, way out at the very end. Mile an hour. Let's see how that affected that. 145.7 to 119. Or I'm sorry, 113.9. Got a glare on my screen. My apology. Doug Wyatt coming up 02 Mustang. Ben Dorn GT500. Well, my apology again. It looks like he's in his Fiat. Must have changed cars on me, Mr. Number 34. Either way, he's going to get served. Probably should have brought the Mustang, just saying. Because Ben Dorn's going to give him a darn good deal and close the gap. Bye-bye. Mile an hour. 152.7. We're waiting for the Fiat. There it is, 107.6. Now we got Ryan Scholler in that Camaro, Christopher Ambrosetti in that GT500, 560 horsepower in the GT500. Josephine with the arm drop. They're both a little slow off the line, not sure why. Coming up next, I got some good news. I've got an in-car view in that white Lambo. That's coming up for all of our viewers at home. Pretty excited for that. Mile an hour in these two, 123.56 for the Camaro, 133 or 136.3 for the GT500. Now you can see it right there. Corvette Z06. There's our in-car view right there in the Lamborghini. Is it going to come up on that Corvette? It's close. Look how close that is. Looks so different when you're on the outside, huh? Nothing like racing down an airstrip. It's a very unique experience. I highly recommend it to all that can. Pretty cool view. $152.8 to a 151 for Todd in that Lambo. Mike Geiserman, Grand Sport Corvette. Ricky in that CTS-V. Did the best of 156.03 to 143.08. V definitely stands for victory right now. Mike Geiserman with a 143 or 142.3 to a Ricky in that 154.96. Next we got Clark Rosendahl in that Camaro, been a best of 204.64. What's he gonna do? There's that beast right there, car number 16. She's got some tire on the back. 2,000 horsepower, it's gonna need it. What's it gonna do? Still fighting for traction. I can hear it. Pulls the chute, dumps the laundry. Uh-oh, we got a little sideways action there. Let's get some camera on that. Is he okay? Yep, he's all right. Nice, 201.07 miles an hour for Clark. Through the trap sideways. Like I said, he had a little traction-induced issue there. I'm glad he's okay. Hopefully you saw that. That's right. You always have to make sure you stay on the gas through the traps while you pull the chute. I tell you, the ETS GTR, same thing, 200 miles an hour, blew a tire, stayed on the boil, through the traps, pulled the chute. This GTR looks pretty bad fast. What's he going to do mile an hour? It's Thomas Harris, 1,600 horsepower in that beast. 190.68 miles an hour. What do you guys think about that? Some fast cars coming out of the woodwork. David Webster, no slouch either, with a 143.6. Glad the Camaro, you guys see that unfold at home. There's our unleaded 88 Mustang going up against the SUV Mercedes. Kevin's. But a best of 129.2, 137.99. Like I was saying, though, you got to drive through. Even if there's a problem, you got to drive through the parachute. So you pull the parachute, and you're still floored. Basically, is what I'm saying. Seems opposite of what you'd want to do, but you have to. If not, you can go slideways. I wonder what his seat looks like. I'm glad he's okay. 137.6 to 128.7. Looks like we got some good activity cars going on the pre-grid. Whoa, there's a launch. What was that? Woo! Launch mode engaged. Glenn Watson, 900 horsepower. Didn't want to wait for any of them. That is one bad fast Jeep. That was awesome. Hopefully you saw that at home. Patrick Kennedy in the 135i. Mile an hour, 157.3 for the Jeep, 158 for the BMW. Up next, that was pretty crazy. He launched. Seth Moore, Camaro SS. John Moore in the Z06, probably a family affair. Looks like it's going to be the Z06 this time around. $150.25 for Z06, 146.9 for the Camaro. Bryce Clark, Corvette. Connor Kennedy, 335. See some of our top speeds and how it's playing out there at the bottom of your screen. Pretty cool views that we're getting from revolution.com and jeffreyjhart.com. Of course, guiding us all the way through this menagerie of coolness. Appreciate everybody being here at the Indy Airstrip attack and those at home as well. I hear our view count is way up there, which is fantastic. This has been a good event so far, and look forward to seeing more and more 200-plus mile-an-hour runs. Bryce Clark there with a 131.7, Connor with a 145.6. Now we got Robert Barnes in that GSXR up against Steven in that Dodge. That's quite a speed differential between the two. Oh, I'd say it's about an eighth of a mile, if not more, difference in gap there. 151.3 for the GSXR, 128.3 for the Dodge. Jim England in a Z06, been a best of 149.01. John Vanelek in a 911 Turbo S, been a best of 158.7. See him there. Don't forget, if you're actually here in person, you can get swag over at our Shift Sector and Revolution.com tent. Of course, you're at home, you can check those out at Revolution.com and ShiftSector.com. Don't forget our syndication partners. We got Car Buzz. They're out here having a good time. I'm having a good time. Jim England with a 148.5. He had a good time. John in that Porsche Turbo. Not sure where his mile an hour went. 153.7, there it is. Michael Lopez in that 911. Mike Wu in that beautiful Benz, been a best of 150.8. Lopez been a best of 160.5. And it does look like that's Helena from the Indiana Corn Marketing Council. She's going to arm drop. She's hired. That's right. She should definitely be a grid girl. Get that girl suited up. Don't tell her I said that. 164.4 for Michael. 149.06 for Mike. Got Glenn Graham in the Challenger, been a best of 156.2. Dominic, that Corvette, been a best of 134.7. Of course, you can find us, if you're not already, at 1320 Video. We have Street Effects, Revolution.com, That Racing Channel. Yep, that one. No, not that one. That one. That Racing Channel. Beautiful Corvette out there. Dominic. Looks like you got out of it. A little smoky smoke. Hopefully everything's okay. I think got a lot of smoky smoke. But then the Dodge pulled way, way, way out. So I'm not sure if we're having traction issues as the airstrip starts to warm up. You would think you'd get more traction. Maybe that's not the case. Don't know, but we're going to find out. 139.2 for Dominic in that Corvette. Glenn in that Challenger. See a beautiful view of the return road. What do we have here? It looks like a pretty bad fast GTR. That's Tom. Tom and the Flying Pumpkin. Mile an hour. 197.72. He's going to be happy with that. Willie in that GT500, been a best of 152.1. Just did a 151.9. Troy Schlins in his Dodge Viper. Doug Wyatt in his Mustang. A little Viper on Mustang crime. And every time I say that, it always ends up being a different car. So you know what? I'm just going to call car 34. That's what I'm going to do. So they must have had some issues with some cars. I'm just going to go car 34. I mean, it's not like he's going fast anyway. He's just having a good time out there. We'll wait for him at the finish line. Troy Schlins, beautiful Viper. Mile an hour coming up. 140.23. Thanks for joining us out here at the Indy Airstrip Attack, brought to you by the Indiana Corn Marketing Council, which, by the way, we just had Helen out there from the Indiana Corn Marketing Council, actually arm dropping cars. That was pretty cool. And, of course, everything here is fueled, or most everything here is fueled by Unleaded 88. You can find that on or where to buy Unleaded 88 at unl88.com. Definitely check them out. We got our good friends from Street FX and That Racing Channel, along with 1320 Video. Car Buzz, they've been out here having a real good time. They have a car out here. It's actually a plum crazy purple Hellcat. It's pretty neat. Revolution.com, of course, bringing you all these views. JeffreyJHart.com, giving me all the direction in here, right here in my ear. And, of course, couldn't do all this without Shift Sector as well. So don't forget, you can, if you're here, you can actually take a peek over at, well, it's basically that way. If you're not here, it isn't going to matter, I guess. But you can certainly check out First Farmers Bank and Trust. They are having a hashtag contest where if you take a photo in front of their giant piggy bank and hashtag FFBT Airstrip Attack, you get a free, you get registered to get a free entry in next year's event. Pretty cool. So shout out to 1320 and Kyle and their team. They're out here, been out here they're going to be here all weekend long. Shout out to them. They're recording for us and showing us on their Facebook and YouTube. We're back to racing, of course. We just checked a couple things out on the track. That's Nick Lapp. You see it out there in the Corvette. Chad Buchanan and that beautiful S550 coupe. Looks like something come up on the Z51 right there. Not sure, he backed way out of it. So hopefully everything's okay. I know we've been kind of fighting some traction stuff out here, which has been pretty crazy, but you wouldn't think you'd have traction-related issues. Such a beautiful day, but for some reason we are. And right now, looks like mile an hour, 129.5 right there for the S550. 68 miles an hour, a little more than the speed limit for the Z51. Slava in that beautiful M6. One of our sponsors, MABIndy.com. 920 horsepower, but a best of 165.44. See what he did this time around. 163.4. So pretty consistent right out there for the MABIndy.com. Appreciate their support and them being out here. Brian Benson, 07 Corvette. Spencer King in a Z06. 166 for Brian. Best of 152.08. 1,200 horsepower in Brian's car. I'll let you guess which one's which. Looks like he pulled way out. Like I said, I don't know if we're experiencing traction issues or why these guys are shutting down. I should probably get on that and figure out what's going on. 168.98 for Brian. That is a new best for him. Spencer, not sure what happened. Figure out what's going on. You know, back again here at the Indy Airstrip attack. If you're watching at home, make sure that especially if you're on any of our Facebook venues, make sure, tell us what you like and what you don't. Even if you don't like me, that's okay. I can take it. It's no big deal. But I like you. That's the most important thing. I like every single one of you, all 2 million of you. So thank you for being here. I can tell you that it's been a beautiful day. The air, it got a little windy for a while, and right now it's actually real calm. So we've just seen a few 200-mile-an-hour runs, well over 200 miles an hour. Haven't quite figured out what's going to be our fastest car of the weekend yet, but there are some bad fast cars here, so I appreciate you joining in. Got a piece of debris on the track, and then we're going to get back to racing. It looks like I got an Audi TT RS coming up against the Corvette. And again, many 200-plus mile-an-hour cars. We had a beautiful start. And it looks like they've already started. We got the atomic orange, beautiful Z06 coming back up against that Audi TT. I didn't get a chance to catch the launch. Either way, looked like a pretty good run for both of them, mile-an-hour wise anyway. 149.3 for Travis, 155.7 for that Audi TT. Eric Klein in that Fiesta. Got a best of 122.08. Greg Kelson, Z06, 1,500 horsepower. Another atomic orange Z06. I'd say if I was the Corvette, I'd probably pull out of it. That doesn't sound super healthy. I guess he's just going to send it. I guess he just doesn't want to get beat by a Fiesta. I'm not sure why I would have stayed in that one. Either way, hopefully his car is okay. It sounded like a pretty fast car to me. But, you know, today, 82 miles an hour, probably not going to cut it on the Fiesta. Both of those are unleaded 88 cars, so it sounds like somebody needs to make an adjustment or something on the Corvette. Either way, Tyler McGinnity and that M5. These are the unleaded 88 cars. My apology. Both of these cars. We got the M5 and we got the Dodge right there. Could be a good run. Looks like it's going to be German sedan, unleaded 88 car for the win there, mile an hour. Oh boy, we got a big one coming up here. 150.0 for the M5. 126. Oh, look who's on the line right there. We got Wade Hill in that 95 Supra. 1,266 horsepower up against Corbin Johnson. Let's see what Wade can put together. Make no mistake, that Supra is bad fast. Woo! Good job, Wade, mile an hour. 188.84 to 151.92. Look at the gap difference there, just in mile an hour. That 37 mile an hour difference really adds up when you look at it that way. So gotta like that. Wade out here killing the Supra game. Love it. Rami Swan, 15 Mustang. Dan Trickle in that Camaro. A beautiful Josephine with the arm drop. Lots of smoke off Rami's car. Traction issues. Will he catch him? He definitely lit him up. He wanted to get the jump. Dan's car, 1,200 horsepower. Rami's 700. Hold the shoot. 158.9 for Rami, 172.3 for Dan in that Camaro. Now we got a Camaro up against the Z06. That's what's up next. The Flying Banana, will it fly through the air, and we're going to find out. Man, that was close. A lot closer than I would have thought. Mile an hour coming up on both these. We wouldn't have expected that at the very end. 150. Yeah, there you go. Exactly 1 mile an hour and change. 150.96 to 149.95. We've got Stephen Ulrich in that ZL1 Camaro. Not sure who's in the other lane just yet. Imagine standing out there in those shoes and arm dropping all these cars. I'm just one appreciative MC, just saying. Glenn Graham and that Challenger wasted no time there. No time to do the crime. Mile an hour, 150.15 to 154 in the ZL1. So mile an hour advantage was Camaro that time around. Looks like we got that M6 back. More. Not sure why that's showing up on your screen. The way it is. That is Slava for sure in the M6. Of course, he's from INDY.com. Been real consistent car, 920 horsepower, 163.5 right there. He's been over 163 the entire time. He's made quite a few runs, so says a lot about INDY.com. Good for him and their team. Dennis Morgan, 15 Z06, been a best at 156.09. Beautiful blue. I don't think I've seen a blue Z06, not my area, that color. Hopefully you're joining us on one of our car partners. We got JeffreyJhart.com, Shift Sector, That Racing Channel, Street FX, Revolution.com. Of course, our good friends at 1320 Video, they're here as well. Wiley Salisbury GT500, Jacob, and that 1LE Camaro. That's what you see on your screen right now. All these beautiful views brought to you by Unleaded 88. They got the power. They're so great. They're Unleaded 88. I don't know why I just said that. I literally just said that. I don't know what I'm even thinking. There we go. 153.06 to 162.1. Got Wesley Matthews in a 13 Audi S8. Guy's been destroying cars all day long. Been a best of 147.06 up against Jake and that Viper. Been a best of 144.79. So it could be a close race. Love the gold wheels on that red Viper. Looks pretty regal. That Audi takes no prisoners. That's the Gapplebee's full menu right there. Think about it, he probably has the AC on in that Audi. I'm not even lying. Pretty crazy. Served him up. 143.8 for Wesley in that Audi S8. 145.2 for the Viper. Actually, Viper with a higher mile an hour, but Audi with the launch kind of made it look confusing. Christopher Engel, that fancy neon, been a best of 138.7. Brighton Challenger, that's who's next to him right there, waiting for the arm drop. There it is. When your Dodge Neon runs almost as fast as a Dodge Challenger, what do you do? Challenger guy probably sells it. He needs a sign, hold it up as he passes him. Sell it! Of course, I'm kidding. 141.6 for the Neon. Brighton with a waiting for it. He went through the traps first, not sure why it's not registering on my screen. There's our Unleaded 88 cars. It's Mark Bales and Tyler McGinnity in that M5 and the Challenger. Still waiting for my mile an hour, but that's all right. The unleaded 88 cars are heavy at it. There it is, 149.9 for that Challenger. And then our unleaded 88 cars, right there, we're waiting for it. It's not up on my screen just yet. I think they have some timing issues, so we'll let that sort out. In the moment, or for the moment, I'd like to go over just a couple cool things. Don't forget, the Indiana Corn Marketing Council, they serve Indiana corn farmers that help create demand and broaden the markets. I mean, that's why we're here, right? If it wasn't for the badass fuels that they make, would we really be able to go this fast? You know. They open up opportunities down the road and across the globe for Indiana's corn farmers. And one of those, of course, is the unleaded 88. You've seen their cars run all day so far, and I have no doubt that they'll be here all weekend. So unleaded 88's clean-burning, high-octane, 15% ethanol blend that's engine-smart and earth-kind. Find unleaded 88 near you at unl88.com. They have partners all over Indiana, Kentucky, Kansas, Michigan, Illinois, and Nebraska. I wish we had them at home. Maybe I could talk to Helena from Indiana Corn Marketing Council about that. We need some out in Washington. We make some horsepower out there too, you know. We're on the map, just saying. Of course, our syndication partners couldn't do this without all of them. We have Street FX. We got Car Buzz. They're out here today, actually, in a plum crazy purple Dodge. It's been going real fast. Been having a good time watching them. We have That Racing Channel. Not that one, but that one. You've probably seen it, right? We got 1320video.com. Kyle and his team out here does a great job. Make sure and check out their 1320video.com website for all their merch. They got some cool stuff. I love all their designs. They just did the ice cream cruise. That was a huge success. Wish I could have gone. That looked like a lot of fun. But anyway, they have some merch for that. You can check it out. I don't know what's even available. They probably sold out, knowing them. But check it out anyway, because they have some cool stuff. That is at 1320video.com. Of course, we have revolution.com. That's what's bringing you all these views. Check out that's our pre-grid. That's all the cars you're getting ready to see. That is our pre-grid that's lined up waiting for the actual grid, which they'll go out onto here any moment. That is the return road. Right there is one of the speakers that everybody can hear me here. It's live. So they're going to make a slight adjustment to the timing here, so stand by while we actually get that done. Every now and again, especially with a little bit of breeze, wind, and cars flying by at 200 miles an hour, changes things a little bit, so I appreciate everybody's patience while we do that. It won't take very long, but they're just going to make a quick little adjustment on that, and then we'll be right back to racing out here at the Indy Airstrip Attack, which, of course, is brought to you by the Indiana Corn Marketing Council and Unleaded 88. Vengeance Racing here is in the house. They've had plenty of fast cars. I know they like to kind of ramp their stuff up. I know last year also they pretty much left with just about every trophy we brought, which was pretty amazing. First Farmers Bank and Trust, of course, they're here. They got the big, giant green piggy bank. Make sure and get a photo in front of them. They're running a contest. If you hashtag on Instagram FFBT Airstrip Attack, you enter to win instantly a free entry for your car at next year's Indy Airstrip Attack event. We've been doing these Indy Airstrip Attack events out here for some time. Always a great host of people and whatnot. City of Marion, can't thank them enough. Warrior Breed Motorcycle Club, what can I even say without them? Oh my gosh, the amount of work that those guys do here local for the community and us is unmatched. So thank you to the Warrior Breed Motorcycle Club. Check them out. Nonprofit organization that does a lot of great things. So we got Roush out here. Roush Performance, they do a lot of Mustangs. Obviously been involved with the Roush Road Crew many times over. And I always appreciate their support at these events. If you haven't checked them out already, you should. They definitely know what's up in the world of Mustang and even some of the trucks. I know they're doing some truck stuff there too. You might have heard of them in NASCAR. I'm just saying, kind of a big deal. Vengeance Racing, and once again in the house. Appreciate all their support. Ignite Racing Fuel. We got Jay Berry, and I think I just saw the little one earlier. So we got Jay Berry in the house. Appreciate all their support with Ignite Racing Fuel. And we're going to get back to racing here momentarily. So timing is now set up, so we're going to get started here any moment. All right, we are back. Looks like we got that NSX and the Neon. My understanding also pretty crazy. As always, I love to just butcher names, which I don't know how I can do that over and over. It's Alina from Corn Marketing Council. There she is right there, as a matter of fact. So my apologies for butchering that. Well, that's a name I wouldn't want to butcher. But either way, that was Nick Campbell in that NSX. Went by at a 133.4. Zachary in that fancy Neon 122.2. We got lap in a Z51 up against a Mustang there. That's what I see on my screen. Waiting for them to kind of catch up here on my screen. It's car number 140. It looks like up against number 89. It's Rami Swan right there in the Mustang. Always bad, fast, local guy here. Nick Lapp in that Z51. 145.2 to 160.04, 163.04. Running fast there. Love that. Wait for my cars to show up here on my screen. Got the beautiful Josephine out there. Hearts on one of our grid girls. All this brought to you by Unleaded 88 and, of course, the Indiana Corn Marketing Council, who, as I know it, is led by Elena. Hopefully I'm saying that right. Maybe it's Elena. I'm going to get it right one of these days, I promise. Probably when she comes over, she can tell me. Well, you see here online at the INDY Airstrip attack, we're waiting for timing and scoring stuff to show up. So here we go. We got Hugo Segura in a Z06. Been a best of 168 Ford Nadim. Boy, I'm in the name butchering today. My apology. 143.5 been a best of. They're off and going. $147.9 for Hugo. All of our cool camera angles and whatnot. 151.2 is what it looks like we had there. Michael Lopez in that Porsche 911. David Sanders in the Charger is what we have kind of coming up. Michael Lopez right there in that 911, 164.5. We've got an in-car right here in the unleaded 88. That's the Challenger, I believe, is what it looks like. I can't tell. I believe so. Slava in the M6. Mark Bales in the unleaded 88 Scat Pack. Love all these views. Mile an hour coming up on both of them. 163.1 to 132.43 out here at the Indy Airstrip Attack, brought to you by the Indiana Corn Marketing Council and Unleaded 88. Getting ready to do an interview coming up. Excited for that. I got Velatus in that Audi S6, Spencer King in that Z06, but a best of 152. Both these guys have the same best of at 152.08. Rare when you see that. Let's see if they can do that all over again. Be like a hat trick almost. Spencer King with a 144.5. Valdez with a 151.2. Gregory in that 15 GT Mustang. Steve Crabtree in that M6. That's what you see on the line. They got the arm drop. They're off and good going. Chris Lazo in that ZR1. Woo! Flew by there. What was that mile an hour? 163.8. Sounded all kinds of good. Jeep Trackhawk with a 136.9. Tyler McGinnity in that unleaded 88. Beautiful M5 coming up. There it is right there. Looks like we're gonna go with the Grid Girl Supermodel swap. Supermodel Chrissy going out there. Woo! So we got Wiley Salisbury up against Michael Stillwell coming up next. There they are there. Here's the Car Buzz Hellcat right there on your screen right now. Giving that Corvette a run for its money. That beautiful purple-green Car Buzz Hellcat in the house. Car Buzz, of course, one of our syndication partners. Can't tell you how much I appreciate them, but it's a lot. 145.82 for Car Buzz Hellcat. 155.6 for the Z06. Dennis Morgan in the Z06, Wesley Matthews in his Audi S8. He's been hurting feelings all morning on that launch. Let's see what happens here. Looks like he's still hurting feelings. They almost hurt mine watching that launch. Woo! The guy in the blue Corvette's like, what just happened? He's got 2 more doors. I don't understand. That's what I'd be saying anyway. It took him to Gapplebee's till the very end, and then it just turned into the Gappetizer. That's right. 158.1, Dennis Morgan, that Z06. Wesley with a 141.1. Jax Topher in that Camaro SS coming up against Christopher Engel in that fancy neon. But a best of 141.6. That's what we have there. Beautiful beautiful white Camaro going through there. I just watched that blue Corvette drive by and saw the blue neon and got all kinds of confused. My bad. Definitely threw the tow rope out for that neon, didn't he? Mile an hour, 168.04 to a 141.11. It's still fast for a neon. Matter of fact, that's nearly his best, so that's pretty good. Zachary in his fancy neon SRT4 up against Tom in his 56 Chev. 56 Chev keeps going faster and faster. Been a best of 183.7. Car is just beautiful. Look at that thing. Out here doing the half-mile events in a quarter-mile car. You gotta like guys who'll do that. That is a big tire fire car. Look at that thing go. Woo! Wow. It looked bad fast to me. Mile an hour coming up. 181.52 for the 56 Chev. Thanks once again for joining us out here at the Indy Airstrip Attack, brought to you by Indiana Corn Marketing Council and Unleaded 88. Appreciate that. Mile an hour was fast. We just watched a 56 Chev blaze through the traps at 181 miles an hour. Of course, we got the Unleaded 88 car right now. That's Mark Bayless. And that Scat Pack, they've made 1 billion runs in this thing. Been a best of 133. Went up against Brighton in that Challenger. Been a best of 149.9. Beautiful view there, brought to you by Revolution.com. One of our grid girls. We're going to go through a grid girl change here coming up. About an hour or so. I think we're kind of cycling through lunch and whatnot. I might even be grabbing something to eat here in a moment, and if that's the case, I will do my best to keep announcing. That's that beautiful Ferrari. Derek Thomas Harris, that GTR, 1600 horsepower, the GTR. Looks like he found all of them this time. Definitely served it up on the Ferrari. That's a helping. That's a big helping of gap. Oh my goodness. 191.49 miles an hour. That car's been bad fast. Thomas Harris, Derek in that beautiful Ferrari 360 Spider, been a best of 125.66. Chris Borders coming up. 99 Chevrolet Corvette. Nareen in another Z06, been a best of 165.44, 146.7 in the 99 Corvette. Fun run there. Mile an hour is coming up on your screen. 145.8 to a 166.6 for Nareen. Austin Washington in an 11 Mustang GT. Stephen Alley in that Dodge. It's listed as a 70 Super B, but I think we all know that it's not. Just saying. Been a best of 129.6. Got no mile an hour yet on the Mustang GT. All right, so here we go. I'm going to do a couple things here. Sorry, I was setting up for, well, for one, lunch, but other was trying to get an interview here with a good friend of mine. All right, so that was Tyler McGinnity, of course, in that M5. That's that unleaded 88 M5. Beautiful car. Rami Swan once again with a 159.7. Tracy coming up right now in that 335 IS. Been a best of 147.6. Michael in that Mustang. That's what you see right there. All right, so it looks like we just had Mark go through there, 167.8. Colton Green with a 141.6. Corey Combs, Mustang GT. Ricky Correa in that CTSV for victory coming up there. That's that Cookie Monster Blue Mustang GT. Coming up here pretty quick, I'm going to have Jay Berry from Ignite Racing Fuel. Always excited to interview him, so that's coming up here in a moment. I'll wait for them to give me the okay on that. Meantime, Corey with that 148.3, Ricky with a 142.05. Appreciate everybody joining us at home here at the Indy Airstrip Attack. There's the unleaded 88 Hellcat. Woo! Every time they rev their cars up in front of me, it about pierces my eardrums. There's that unleaded 88 Hellcat once again making another run. And that's the Carbuzz Hellcat, and the Carbuzz Hellcat took him downtown. What do you think about that? Got Kevin Schmidt, that that Mercedes-AMG GL S63, Chad Buchanan, and his Mercedes S550 Coupe, little Mercedes on Mercedes crime going on out there. Hopefully we'll see this unfold with. I bet Mercedes is going to win this race. That's what I'm thinking. That's right. Looks like the SUV is going to take that social distancing to a whole new level. That's actually hilarious. SUV Mercedes for the mile-an-hour win. We got an Audi R8 coming up. I don't want to butcher that name. 550 horsepower up against David Rascon in a Z06. Been a best of 145.26. Nice looking Audi R8. Going to go around the outside, Quiet, and he let out way before the finish line. Wait for them to get through the finish line. I'm going to get on an interview here with my buddy. Looks like a big whopping 95.66 miles an hour. I'm not sure what happened there. All right, I'm over here. We're all masked up. We're doing all kinds of fun stuff out here at the Indy Airstrip attack. And of course, I got my good friend Jay Barry. He's having a good time. Let's make sure his mic's hot. Can you hear him?
Yeah, can anybody hear me?
Yep. Absolutely. So tell me, Jay, what are you doing out here?
I'm excited to be out here. Can you believe this is 5 years that we've been coming out to Marion, Jimmy?
I can't believe it's been 5 years. And now we have to stay socially distanced. That's why we're wearing these masks.
Yep.
So, try to keep everybody safe at home on the internet because you never know with Jay. It could go either way.
Exactly. And we're seeing some good social distancing out here. The last Corvette versus the last Audi R8, that was a good at least 20 lengths away. So people are doing a very good job of gapping and keeping their distance.
That's true. Well, tell me a little bit about Ignite Racing Fuel and what you do here.
Yeah, we're excited. We're here from Marion, Indiana, and we brought ethanol into racing now almost 15 years ago. And it's everything we do is pure ethanol based. We've got the Red 114 E90 that most of the guys out here are running today. That's for all your high horsepower, high boosted applications. And then our E85 is more for UTV, more your play toy type of stuff. So, but it's all made, grown. Our production plant's just about 5 to 6 miles away from here. And it's fun to have everybody come into our hometown, see the excitement. And we can't wait for everybody to come hang out tonight at the Plymouth Club. We all had a good time at the mill. If you need any hot dogs, you need any hamburgers or any beer, Jeff from the mill is set up in the middle point of the crowd over there. So say hi to Jeff, grab a beer and a burger, and we're excited to have this happen again for the 5th year. And one thing we always like to do is, do we have any military veterans out here? If you're a military veteran, would you please stand up, because without you guys and what you do, no matter where we are, we always can never thank you enough. So let's get a round of applause for all of our military vets and people who have served that are active. Thank you guys for giving us a wonderful country, and let's have a great rest of the day. Hey, it's not too hot out for once.
And I tell you, that goes for all of our veterans and current military at home too. Obviously, it's a real big deal. Thank you for all of everything that you do, keeping us safe, and thank you for your service, past and present and current. So thanks for that, Jay. Thanks for stopping by. As always, I'm going to get back to racing here.
Yep.
And hopefully I can take this mask off because I can't even hear myself think. But
and we're glad to have Jimmy back, because this guy means so much to me that we named our dog after him. So that's the only reason I can keep the number of years, because when our dog turns 6, it'll be the 6th year of the Airstrip attack because of Jimmy.
Great. I'll never live that down, Jay. Thank you so much for coming over. Oh, that was fun. Thank you so much, Jay Barry, for coming over. Ignite Racing Fuel in the house. Obviously, always a good time. Really enjoyed coming out here. Thanks to all of our military veterans at home. Thank you for your service, and just really appreciate keeping everybody safe. I know times are tough right now and crazy world, but without all of our military and whatnot, we couldn't do what we're doing. So thank you so much. Appreciate that. I'm going to get back to some racing, obviously. We got Robert Barnes in that GSXR 1000. Just saw him do a power wheelie. Did a best of 185.95. Going up against Stephen Alley, and he's going to tow that Dodge all the way down to the end. Mile an hour, coming up 153.1 to 129.6. Big shout out to all of our frontline workers, nurses, doctors, healthcare workers, just in general. everybody keeping us safe during this crazy pandemic and so on and so forth. And I can't thank everybody enough at home and abroad, everywhere. That everybody that's here is keeping us safe. Thank you, and a big shout out. We're gonna continue the racing here, but we're gonna cut our live feed for in about 5 minutes, just for a quick lunch. I can tell you, I'm starving. I'm not gonna lie, I'm pretty hungry, but I want to get back to our syndication partners, which we have great relationships with, and hopefully you're watching on any, all, or one of these. Maybe you have like 10 screens and you're watching all of them. That'd even be cooler. But again, with our millions of viewers at home and abroad, we're reaching different countries and whatnot. So appreciate the time that you're taking to watch our broadcast here at INDY Airstrip Attack. And of course, That Racing channel, appreciate them. Car Buzz, they just went flying by in one of their cars they have out here, which is the Plum Crazy Purple Dodge. We got Street FX, Revolution.com, Shift Sector. You can check us out also on, I believe, live streaming on our Facebook page there at Shift Sector. I'm pretty confident of that. JeffreyJHart.com, of course, he's in my ear right here telling me what to say, or mainly what not to say, because it's me. We got 1320 Video, the whole crew's here, a good part of them anyway, Kyle and the team. So check them out. They're carrying all of our stuff on Facebook and YouTube, and then also check out 1320video.com for their swag. They got a good selection of that. So when we cut our live feed, just know we're still racing. We'll be right back. And it's not going to be very long, probably 10 minutes or so. So look forward to seeing everybody. And at the meantime, I will keep announcing races until they tell me not to. That's what I do. So David Webster in that Dodge Challenger coming up. Russell Hess in that Nova SS. Beautiful car there. Not a lot of Novas out here, but there's one. Got Webster, he's been hurting feelings all day too. That Nova's hanging on for dear life. Is he going to get him in the end? Pretty close. Pretty close. Mile an hour, 145.5 to 143.2. Oh, now we got tape. We're taping stuff up on the Lotus, trying to get it to go over 120 miles an hour. Well, there's that. Jamie Mumpower in that Camaro, 900 horsepower in that beast. Quite a notch unless he gets a little slideways. We're going to find out. Here comes the gap. It's a big one. Let's see if the tape helped the Lotus. That's what I want to know. Did the tape actually help the Lotus? Mile an hour on these guys. Coming up. 146.1 for the Camaro. 118.8. Nope, it slowed the Lotus down. Take the tape off. We got Corey coming up in that Mustang GT. Mike in that Viper. Been a best of 151.7. And the Viper 148.3 in the Mustang GT. Corey with that 148.8, Mike with that 151.46. Now we got Dan and that ZL. Jennifer Harper in another Camaro. Only a mile an hour, less than, separates these two. Looks like Jennifer's serving up the appetizer. Let's see how that plays out. $141.2. Jennifer with a 153.2. She definitely appetized that one. Chad Buchanan, S550 Coupe. Wesley Matthews, that Audi S8 has just been destroying feelings all day. Doing it once again. $128.8 to 145.4. We got Josh Kalis coming back in that 187 mile an hour B69 Camaro. What's he going to do this time? For the record, it's been faster than that. And they're out here doing some tuning, so let's see what it'll do. Looks like a nice clean run. .171.62 that time around. Appreciate everybody joining us here at the Indy Airstrip Attack, brought to you by the Indiana Corn Marketing Council and Unleaded 88. Obviously, we're going to sign off here just for a moment. Before that, I had a few announcements. Really want to thank 1320 Video, That Racing Channel, Street FX, Car Buzz, and this is a Revolution Shift Sector production brought to us by JeffreyJHart.com. And we will be back in the next 30 minutes.